Hey, here's a little video just kind of to show you a few things about track wrestling. I am logged in as an administrator right now. So when you go track wrestling, it's just you can select administrator, worker, or just a viewer like you normally would view things as. So I'm logged in as administrator with that password you guys had. And just I've got a few things here and hopefully covers most of what you need to know. First thing, if you would like to print anything, pretty much anything you want to get to up here is in the left menu. So if we hit left menu, most of your stuff that you would need to do would be up here in left menu. Print documents. Okay. So go to print documents. I can print team rosters. I can print a weigh-in sheet. I typically use weigh-in sheet to print because you can change what you want. So if you want it to have the team name, the weight class the kid's in, first name, last name, grade. It's got wins and losses. You can get rid of that if you'd want to. You can choose how you want it to print from there. So and you can change the font size. I almost always change that. It's pretty small, but if I view, and this will separate by team. So when you print it, it will separate those out by team. So you could have one of those printed off for each team as they show up. If you want different stuff on there to make something for parents to buy as they come in, you could do that very easily. You can copy these into an Excel document too if you wanted to do that. So anytime you need to print something, be there. If you want to print brackets, same thing. Hit bracket. You pick the one you want to print. Pool 1, which has no teams in it right now, but there it is listed. Okay. So anything you want to print, left menu, print documents, takes you to that. When teams come, if you go left menu and teams, left menu teams, there's your teams. So we got some teams with some wrestlers in there already. But some kids obviously will change weight classes at weigh-ins. As a team weighs in, you could have this pulled up on a computer maybe next to it. Okay, this kid weighs in, he weighs over 55. So if you need to change weight class, just click on the kid's name. And you can just change the weight class right there to their new weight class. Once you do that, hit save. If they needed to add a grade or something like that, change a grade, you can do that in there. Just make sure you hit save each time when you're done with that. So you can change your kid's weight class very easily from there. If you need to add a team member, again, I'm in left menu teams. I can hit add team member, put that person right there to put them on that team, and I can go from there. So at weigh-in time, those would be two things you probably need to do, I'm sure. I know there's some question about tie breaking. If I go left menu again, here's tie breaking. So might not have hit that. All right, so tie breaking right here. Here is individual dual meet tie breaking. There's the criteria for that. So if a duel ends up tied 35-35, here's the order it goes in. So whoever has the least penalty points would be the winner, least individual penalty points, and so forth down there. That is a high school criteria, just so you know. So if you want to change anything like that, you can get rid of these things from there. As far as team round robin, so those first pools of 3, it'll go most team wins. So obviously, if a team's 2-0 versus a team that's 1-1 or a team that's 0-2, so that'll be sort itself out very easily. In the event of a tie between those teams, it will go most team wins, and it goes to head. Then it goes through these things individually, it looks like to me, to separate that out. Left menu, teams. Left menu, teams. Here are your pools that I've set up. So pool 1, pool 2, pool 3, pool 4, which would be 3-team pools. Obviously, each team will have a round off in that situation. I have put mats in there. I would tell you that track wrestling is very archaic in terms of putting mats in there. It takes me a long time to do. You have to go through and do a bunch of work to figure out how to get it on the chart. So I did put them on there. If you want to change mats, it's going to be hard to change on here, but you can always change it. If you got a duel going on, you need to split it to 2 mats. Through the track wrestling clocks, you can pull up a duel on 2 different mats. You just would have to. Coach Manny will be there. Clint Manny from Indianola will do that, and he can do that very easily for you if you have an issue with that in terms of running the track wrestling clocks and pulling up duels on mats. he'll set all that up for you. But if I pull, like pool 3 here, I have not put any teams in there yet, so I don't really want to build the bracket yet. But let me show you the bracket just so you've seen it. I had one up a minute ago, but oops, sorry. So say pool 3, view bracket. So I have this typed in, this format 4. It's a weird spot where I have to put that in there. It's not that easy to change from there. But that will be your 3-team pool. Once those pools are done, I do have it set up where the champion of pool 1, pool 2, pool 3, pool 4 will go into the gold bracket. Second place will go into the silver bracket, and third place from each pool will go into the bronze bracket. Those will not be seeded. Okay, the track will not seed them for you once they're in those. So you probably want to seed those out. So when I go to the gold bracket, which there's no teams in right now, it will allow you to put in seeds. So, and it will have, here I can show you this. So if I go gold bracket, it is a 4-team pool. Here's where I had to put those mats in and kind of build that up there. But this is called the seed map right here. So the reason I would try and seed those, if you kind of know who the best teams are in the, within the gold bracket, you think, okay, Trainer and Earlham are the 2 best teams in the gold bracket. You want them to wrestle the last round. Then you want to make them seeds 1 and 2. Seeds 1 and 2 will wrestle last round. So round 1 is seed 1 and 4, and 2 and 3. That's round 1. Round 2, 1 wrestles seed 3, 2 wrestles seed 4, and last round 1 wrestles seed 2, and seed 3 wrestles seed 4. So within those brackets, if you kind of know who the better teams are, you can seed that out to the best of your ability in those gold, silver, and bronze brackets. And I will show Coach Manny how to do that, so he can help you with that. Again, if I go left menu teams, that gold bracket, there will be 4 teams in there. Once those pools are done, there'll be 4 teams in there. You can reset the seeds. You just have to hit build, and it will redo those seeds for you from that point on. So after those pools are done, you probably want to do that. One thing I have right now, and you can change this. If I go left menu, deadlines. Right now, this is not set to release any information to the public until the day of the meet at 8 a.m. So if you would like that to release earlier, you can change that to whenever you would like to. People will be able to see it from the public. I have where teams can put in information until the night before at 10 p.m. Again, if you want to change that, you can change that on here and hit save, and that will do that. I think that covers the majority of what I wanted to do. I will tell you that, again, Coach Manny can kind of set up the track clocks, and pulling up duels on mats is pretty easy to do. I do have them assigned. So, for example, pool 1, I have mat 1 will have these duels I've put in there. Like the gold bracket, I have set up as mat 1 has these bouts within the bracket when you pull the bracket up, and so if I do this, so 1, 3, and 5 on mat 1, 2, 4, and 6 on mat 2. Here's what that means. Here's the gold bracket without 8 teams in it. So this bout, 1, 3, and 5 will be on mat 1, 2, 4, and 6 on mat 2. Okay. If you wanted those to be on other mats, I can change that for you pretty easily. So that's kind of a quick rundown here. If you got questions about anything, let me know.